Well, literally just recently opened my eyes, but let's get into it. Was in my bed at some point. Got up in the astrals. This was probably at the witching hour of 3, because there was this man or woman, neighbor, whoever, literally at 1 in the morning, 1 a.m., dropped this huge thing of wood like they were at Home Depot. What are you doing up that late? Something pulled me out of my sleep, and I haven't been resting, let's say, soundly for the whole night since 2020, 2021, maybe some of 2022. But I mean, being pulled out of my rest and the astrals since, and it being in the way that it is now since 2023 during the fall. A little bit during the summer, but it just increased during the fall. And I think that's because my parents know, after I reacted the way I did in the astrals, that I see you. And I ended up, I was up for what felt like a couple of hours, just tossing and turning, because I looked at the clock when that sound happened, and we're like a minute after, and I just like rolled over and I saw that it was 1:10, and then it hit 1:11. I was like, wow, this is ridiculous. So I probably got 2 hours of rest right before experiencing that. But I then fell into the astrals again, and I was in this room, and I started levitating, and someone ended up grabbing my legs and pulling me into a different space, and we were in this new layout, and I was in darkness, and then I opened my eyes, and there was this other person there, and it reminded me of, it may have very well been one of the people that I was friends with during my freshman year of university. And I was by this couch, and she was by this couch, and then she ended up crawling underneath the couch, or I should say a sofa chair, and it was a greenish color. And then I looked over, and there was someone over in the kitchen, and it was, Switch has been here since 1482, and I guess they were upset. With the videos that I posted yesterday, and they were looking at me with this taunting type of look, and energy. And then I went up to them, and they said something to me, and then I said something to them, and then they did this, like gave me a hug, and then I just felt their hand on my back, and I started moving away, and I was like, because they started rubbing my back, and I just started moving away backwards. And then when I was a good 8 feet from them, 10 feet between us, their hand, I could still feel their hand on my back, like it was right here, like the little hand from Adam's Family. And Um, I was freaked out about that, and, you know, I then felt myself get small, and I said something like, "Oh, Michelle, can we talk?" You know? And then they started laughing, and then I started doing this, like clawing the hand, so I could maybe get it to fall off of me. Um, and, then the hand started clawing me, and that hurt. So, I was just like, what the heck is going on? And then I looked away for a second, and then I looked back, and she was gone. And then there was this layout of this beach, essentially. Like they were screen doors, so I walked outside. And I've been to this place before, more than one occasion since 2022. Beach setting, at least when I looked to the right when I got outside. And there were, people outside, some people like lying down that looked homeless, other people were jamming out, throwing balls and stuff. All for the ones that I saw, Caucasian. And then I started walking away, and I felt these signals being sent to my brain, and my body responded, and I then turned around and I saw all of these coolers and a few trash cans, and I just felt the impulse, do what you did that one time, pull yourself out of the space, and blow it up. But the last time that I ever tried to do that, I was prevented by this reptilian that put some block between me and this side of my brain, when I pulled myself out of that scenario. So while I was in there, I couldn't do that. But what happened was, like, I did this, and all of these lids opened up, and then I did something like that again, like I moved my hand the other way, and then they all shut. And when I did that, when I was walking, people were still there and around me, and then I turned around, and everyone was gone. And so then I did this, and then I did that, and then they fell down. And it's like, when the thing went up, I heard a click, and then went down, I heard a click. So that space, I believe, was this simulation in the astrals that I have been before. And while I was there, I had the thought, that someone designed this whole space, that this space isn't in the organic area of the astrals. This is still a part of the matrix prison, just in the higher dimensions. So that was that first experience. Oh my gosh, I had several others, and they were all with that witch. And then the final one was with these two carbonated beings, and they were in this room, and I've seen them before on multiple occasions. I went to school with them, high school I should say, and that witch was also in this room. And this one happened like an hour ago. It's currently 9-something, but yeah, my body and my brain just felt more exhausted, I guess, after that. But this is how I know stuff is going on and stuff is going down, because there was being more effort put into me just feeling all that I'm feeling, and preventing me from getting a full night's uninterrupted rest. And I also, know that my brother, even though he doesn't consciously know right now, this part of him, what the heck is going on, and I don't fully know what's going on. I just know that something big's going on in 2025, and I am dark matter energy, a 9 ether being. And then I just choose to believe that this is, you know, it. There's such a huge relationship to the internet in our bodies. And it's just, I know it's gonna be revealed at some point, but the fact that when that Wi-Fi is turned on, I just feel it all on the left side of my brain. And it's somewhat of a, it's not hot, but it's just uncomfortable. And it's like someone else is tapping into that part of me, and doing whatever they can to keep that part of my brain active while this part is inactive. And it's this part where I felt the telepathy, right? And I've accessed my powers in the astrals with this side. So I think a goal right now is to just keep that part of the brain as active as possible for as long as we can have it active in the physical and in the spiritual. You know, and I read a post about how they delete memories on this website called Humans Be Free. Very great website. Interesting how it got taken down, but that's also giving me a lot of hope, because there's no way that because of how I responded that, you know,